All right, I found a good one. Let's go hunting today. All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's pretty cold this morning. I checked the water gauge and the river was pretty low. So I thought it'd be a good day to come down. We're not going to have a lot of opportunities to arrowhead hunt for a while because we're about to get hit by a huge snowstorm. We got a potential for 3 to 6 inches. That's a pretty big storm for this time of year. We usually don't get this much snow before Christmas, so everything's going to be shut down. It's going to get really, really cold afterwards. Like I think a low of 9 Sunday to Monday. So arrowhead hunting's going to be out of the question for a while, but we figure we get down here today. You can see the beach looks really nice. The water's down 21.1 and it's usually 21.5, so a lot of stuff uncovered that we could surface hunt today. I brought the sifter down, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. My hands got cold holding it on the way down, and if I get any kind of wet today, I'm smoked. So we'll probably just try to surface hunt. If I get desperate enough, we'll bust out that sifter though. All right, I haven't found much yet today, just a tiny bit of flint. That would have been a nice whole little telephone pole insulator. I like finding those, but that one's too busted up to take home. Got a little bit of towboat equipment sitting here that's busted off the boat. That thing here probably weighs 30 pounds. All right, well, the only thing I've really been finding other than modern stuff is just tiny little pieces of flint so far. There is some pottery I saw, but it was even tinier and it was like falling apart when I picked it up. It must have come out of a site where it had been exposed in a way that's making it disintegrate. So I didn't show any of that. It wasn't really worth anything. It was kind of so small you really couldn't tell it was pottery unless you have a trained eye. Hopefully we'll find something here in a minute. All right, we haven't found much yet. I thought it would be kind of washed off. It is washed off pretty good, but I can't explain it. There's just not a lot out right now. We did come down here about a week ago and hunt it pretty good, so that probably contributes to it. But all right, I'll show you what I was talking about a little bit ago when I said that we were finding stuff, but it wasn't much. See these little pieces of flint, they're just tiny. That's quartz. Little piece of black flint there, and little pieces of pottery. That one, see, actually that one did a little bit harder than the other ones, but they're breaking real easily. So there's just not really too much to bring home. I mean, you could collect that stuff, but it's not going to last. That type of pottery there, the way it's just crumbling that easy, it'll turn to dust over time. All right, just a few feet over, there's a couple pieces that look like they might be worth saving. That one's got a nice pattern on it, so I'm gonna try to salvage it. This is a bigger piece here, and then I noticed this one here under the sand's a little bit bigger of a piece. So got a little bit there, not too much else. It's going slow, but we're getting through here to a really good rocky spot. Alrighty, there was a bunch of bricks falling out, so I lined them up. That'll kind of have stuff set in here, and it'll be a good place to look and sift later on. Water comes up and down, rain. But a lot of good pottery in here. While I was moving those around, found a lot of marked pottery. Some cool little designs on it. We haven't found any stone artifacts today, but we're doing pretty good on pottery so far. All right, above the pottery, I got a rock here. I can see like the indent on it. I thought might have been used as a pecking stone. I'm not too sure. It's just kind of an odd shaped rock. So I'm just gonna leave it there. It's a what if. It doesn't impress me enough to want to take it home, set it up here. There's a lot of guys that hunt down here. Someone else sees it and knows better than me and knows it's something good, they can have it right off that tree. All right, still on the pottery trail. I found that piece and came back here behind these trees to get it. And when I looked right in front of it, look here, there's a big piece of pottery there. Oh, is that a rim shard? No, I don't think so. It kind of looked like a rim shard for a second. Look at the curvature in it though. It's like the top where the mouth comes out, sort of. I got little edge. That's pretty cool. All right, you see below me, there's lots of quartz. A white flake there, it's all over the place here. And it coincides with the pottery shards because that quartz is what they break up to make temper that holds the pottery together. I got a real neat yellow piece there I've never seen down here before. But let me see if I can show you in one of these pieces of pottery. Oftentimes, you can kind of see it in this one. Right there. Broke up quartz. It'll be a lot bigger other times. I have other pieces where the little shards of quartz are huge. That one's got some kind of hair in it. I don't know what that is. That has to be something off this tree. Tree fibers, yeah. But as you're looking for the pottery, you'll find little busted pieces of quartz in it down here. That's pretty cool. Just went a barge. We found something kind of neat. It's not flint. Somebody's tried to work at it. It's got an inclusion there like a old fossil. Just weird where it looks like somebody tried to nap at it. You could tell it just gnashed apart because it's not the right type of rock. All right, here's a little blast from the past. Oh, Pepsi free. That's crazy. I don't even know how that label stayed on there. I barely remember this stuff. Calories per serving, carbohydrates 0. Wow. NutraSweet. That's pretty cool. All right, folks, all that walking back and forth finally paid off. This one's an obscure looking one. I thought it was a triangle at first. I mean, it's like hexagonal shaped. It's heart shaped. Look at that. I don't think they had the same concept of what a heart looked like as we did. But look at that. It worked all the way around. That's a neat little tool. That's awesome. And I'll tell you right now, I found it right in there. That water was up there the other day, and a lot of this was still covered. So as this water slowly went down, it washed these rocks off. And that's the only reason why I found that today. All right, there's some canine prints. I don't know what that would have been. Some deer prints too, maybe coyote chasing them. We're in a spot that for me has historically been a dead spot. And if you look down through here, you'll see all this rock washed off. There's even fire rock back here in places. And just behind me there, I found some flint. So you never know what's gonna happen when you come down here. I have never found anything through this stretch of beach in 3-4 years. And now flint's popping up, fire rock's popping up, just because this sand finally washed off the way it needed to. So it goes to prove that literally anywhere along these banks can be a site. They just kind of lay dormant for a while. All right, we're coming down a little further than we normally do. A little flake, it looked like it was utilized, I'm too short. I haven't seen too much else. Thinking about gathering up, finishing up, showing you everything that we found today. We're finishing up our hunt. You can see those are the tracks where we went down earlier. These are the tracks where we're coming back. Right there, somewhere, maybe over by this leaf. I don't know how I missed it going down through. Got that busted off tip. Pretty good little find there, right at the last minute too. Because if you turn around here, right down there is my little pile of pottery that I was going to pick up and do the reveal for. So almost exactly at the last minute. That was pretty cool. Alrighty, this hunt was slow to start. We really didn't find a lot for like the first quarter of it. We got down to that spot where you start seeing the quartz and the pottery together. We got a lot of pottery here, with this being probably the best piece of the day. bigger piece there, and it's kind of got that like concave bend to it, like it's part of the neck of a jar. I don't know what this is. I picked it up off camera. It's like a button, maybe. Feels like it's got two pieces, so I'm thinking it's some kind of old button. Got a lot of flint. Nothing really to write home about in that pile, just a handful of flint I'm going to put in the flint jar. And right there at the last minute, I got lucky. I found this busted off tip that I had overlooked a little bit ago when we were walking down through. And right at the end on the return trip, I found that bad boy just laying there between my footprints. But the find of the day, maybe a few hundred yards back river from that piece right there, is this neat little piece. I almost overlooked it. I thought it was just a piece of flint for a second. I was like, nah, you better pick it up. Because last time I was down in that area, I saw just a little piece of flint and I picked it up and it was almost a whole arrowhead. So got that thing up and had that weird little almost heart-shaped eccentric kind of piece there. A little drill or perforator maybe. I'm not even sure what they would have used this for. But that's a neat little piece. It's really unique. I'm glad I found it. Glad I didn't overlook it. I almost did. But that's everything for the day. That was a pretty good hunt. I'm going to try to get out of here because everywhere around me over on the hills I can see the snow starting to fall. It's just barely falling here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but we're getting ready for a big snowstorm, so better get out of here. But appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you next time. Happy hunting.